the Post Live. Sterling on Saratoga is coming to you live from the Party Glass Pub in downtown Saratoga and is presented by Naira Rewards and partners, the Belmont Child Care Association. Save the date, August 26, 2015, for the Racing for the Children dinner and auction honoring Joanne and Paul Orifice at the Hall of Springs. I'll be working at that, so come on out for that. It's a great thing. Great thing. Belmont Child Care Association and Special Olympics New York. Be a fan. Visit www.specialolympicsnewyork.org. Before I get on to our next guest, and we're very excited to have Larry Colmus here, I just want to say that Rajiv Miraj, who's a good friend of all of ours, is normally here on the opening show with me, and I think he's probably as popular a guest as we have, and Raj was unfortunately injured in an accident back at Belmont just about a week before the meet started, a week and a half or so, and he's resting back in New York. Hopefully he'll be coming to town at some point, but I think I speak for everybody here with saying we send our best wishes to Raj. We're sorry he's not here, but look forward to having him soon. And I know that's heartfelt from everybody here, and Raj, hopefully you'll be back soon. My next guest is filling some awfully big shoes. Last year, of course, I'm sure people know, Tom Durkin retired. But we are very excited at Naira that Larry Colmus has come in very quickly to fill his shoes. Larry, thanks for coming to Naira, and thanks for joining us here.
I just want to officially say that I have size 7 shoes. So, yeah, that's it's going to be a little bit tough as far as that goes.
Yeah, coming to Saratoga, how many years have you come to, I've seen you and met you here as a fan for many years. You've been coming for a long time.
Yeah, I think I came to Saratoga for the first time, I want to say it was when I first started at Suffolk Downs. I was calling in Boston, and I came in, I think it was 1992. I think I saw Sky Beauty, if I remember. Didn't she run in the Spinaway?
92 is correct.
Yeah.
She was disqualified to Spinaway in 92.
She was disqualified to Spinaway. I was there that day. That was the first time I ever went to Saratoga.
Wow. Spinaway. The first Spinaway I remember was Ruffians. And I'm a lot older than you.
You are.
1974. So you talk about coming from Suffolk, and we've got probably, I would argue, our biggest fan base, or as big as any, and our best fans from Boston. I mean, Boston, you called it Suffolk Downs, and Boston is a huge fan base for us.
Yeah, when I would come here, a lot of folks would, recognize me from Suffolk Downs and tell me they were, Boston fans, and from my days at Suffolk Downs, I became a Boston sports fan. I know there are probably Yankee fans out there. I am a Red Sox fan.
They can laugh at you now, right?
Yeah, they stink this year, so it's okay. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of Boston people that come to Saratoga, and I was at Suffolk for 16 years. I started in 1992, and I was there until 2008. I was doing back and forth between that and Monmouth for quite a while there.
It's good because your buddy Sam Elliott that worked at Suffolk, he's now at Park. So if things don't work out here, maybe you could, work out at Park. I know that's been one of your goals.
Oh, yeah.
So tell us how your path worked. I mean, where you went from there, because Naira is not your only big gig. I mean, you've got, at this point, pretty much all the big gigs in racing.
Yeah, things over the last couple of years have really gone well. I'll have to say that. I started, originally I'm from Maryland. I was the backup announcer on the Maryland circuit. I started when I was 18 years old. I called my first race at Bowie Racetrack in 1985. It was their last meet ever. Called for 2 years in Maryland, went to Birmingham, Alabama, called there in 87.
I went there.
It was an awesome place.
They're closed too, so Larry's 0 for 2.
That's 2 that closed down. Then I went to Golden Gate Fields. They're still around.
Right. So if you called it Bay Meadows, I was going to throw you out of here.
I did call it Bay Meadows.
Okay.
That's 3.
1 for 4.
I called it the Solano County Fair at Vallejo. They're gone too.
1 for 5.
Okay. There are a few other ones that are still around. Santa Rosa, I called.
Suffolk's closed.
For now.
Okay.
Okay. So from Northern California, then I went to Suffolk. I started there in 1992. 2 years later, I got the job at Monmouth. I was the announcer at Monmouth from 1994 until 2013 for 20 years.
Wow.
The Jersey Shore is still my home. I have a home there.
It's a great racetrack. A truly great racetrack.
It's an awesome place, and I have a little place in Monmouth Beach, New Jersey that I was commuting to Belmont this past meet, which was not easy.
You're going to be calling the Haskell, I believe. You're not going to be here. You'll be down there for the Haskell. Is that true?
To be determined, most likely. Yes.
Will you be walking from your place? Because getting in and out of that place is going to be impossible, even for the people like you.
It's going to be a mess. I think they're going to have a humongous crowd to see American Pharoah, and I wish him the best. He's getting that traffic in and out of that place on Route 36. It'll be a little bit crazy. So Monmouth all those years, and Gulfstream Park starting in 2007. Still doing Gulfstream Park in the winters, and of course in 2011 I got the greatest phone call I could ever get, which was from NBC Sports telling me that Tom Durkin was stepping down, and they wanted me to call the Triple Crown, and I'm like, are you kidding me? This is the greatest thing ever, and that's when things really started to turn my way, and so I've been calling the Triple Crown since 2011, the Breeders' Cup since 2012, and started with the New York Racing Association on April Fool's Day at the Big A, April 1st of this year, and this will be my...
I thought we were kidding when you started.
I thought they were too.
Now let me... here's a good question, because I got to ask one tonight, right? Tomorrow is opening day at Saratoga.
Is it?
Your first day officially is the Naira Caller calling at Saratoga. Your first Derby, your first Breeders' Cup opening day at Saratoga. Do you feel the same way about them going in, or were any of them sort of more difficult going in than any of the others?
Well, I will say this, and actually Bill Castle, Angel Cruz's agent, asked me this, but before each Triple Crown, he said, are you going to be able to sleep tonight? And before each Triple Crown race, I have to take an Ambien, and I will tonight as well. I am so excited about tomorrow. I am so fired up about this thing that I have to really, get myself prepared for it. I mean, in this business, there is nothing like this, Saratoga. It is the ultimate. And
I agree.
I still can't believe I'm here.
Right. To have the jobs that we have, to be able to work at a place like Saratoga, to get paid to be up here, it doesn't seem fair.
No, it's incredible, and look at how many people are here. I've been walking around this town for a few days. I mean, obviously Belmont was, a tremendous experience. I got to call a horse winning the Triple Crown, but here is it's the place. It is the absolute greatest racetrack. And I can't believe I'm here. It's great.
Yeah, no, I agree, Larry, and we're thrilled to have you here, obviously. And, it's a funny circumstance for you coming in and filling in for Tom. And Larry has a big Twitter presence. If you're not following Larry on Twitter,
as big as
you should be following me. The only difference between you and I is people are a little nicer to you on Twitter than me. How are you dealing with the Twitter hate?
Very, very few. Every once in a while, I get a few, and I've actually had some helpful tweets, some pronunciation tweets. We have one the other day. There was a horse that ran at Belmont, and I
saw this.
I called the horse. I looked at the spelling, V-A-L-A-T-I-E, Valetigal, and now I know it's Valatia. And so it's helpful. People help me on Twitter. So there you go.
The difference in Larry and I, somebody helped Larry and he got the name wrong. People just say to me, you suck.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. But don't worry. It's a long meet at Saratoga. You've got the opportunity to suck as well.
Yeah.
I agree. And I hope, Larry, that tomorrow and every day at Saratoga is a great day for you. And I want to thank you for being up here and joining us. And you'll see Larry around the track. And don't be afraid. I know he's physically really scary like I am.
Oh, yeah.
But he's actually a really nice guy. So, Larry, thanks a lot for coming and joining us here. And,
absolutely.
Thank you. At the Post Live is brought to you by Naira Rewards. Bet local. Bet with Naira Rewards.